What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking Mississippi Queen from Key City Brewing out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Thank you for joining us.
Mississippi Queen, if you know what I mean.
What do you say? What do you know? Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We are back to do that once again. Thanks for checking out our video. We have got a beer from the great state of Mississippi tonight. There's Jay, there's Andy in the attic. I'm Ben. What are we drinking today?
Mississippi Queen.
There's the Queen. Oh, hell.
Quit.
There we go. Backed out.
Keep telling the cameraman to quit zooming in on me. He does it anyway.
Fancies you.
La-di-da.
All right. Mississippi Queen. Have y'all had this one before?
I don't know. Probably would be my guess. Y'all have access to it. I don't. I can't get Key City where I am.
'Tis a shame.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Did someone say something? This is a blonde ale, 5.2%, and is one of Key City Brewing's core beers. They call it, quote, Vicksburg's beer. Vicksburg, Mississippi being the town in which it's brewed. The first batch sold out in 6 days. It's bright, crisp, with a clean malt profile. I will agree with the malt profile. They don't describe much of their beers on their website. And there's not a lot of other professional reviews to draw from that I found. I guess we have to blaze some trails, huh?
Let's do it.
Yeah. This is now part of our playlist. We've done enough from Key City Brewing. So it's a brew pub founded in 2018. They're celebrating their 8th year. Actually, today I saw where they're releasing this barrel-aged stout, I believe. It was a stout. Looks really good. Be on the lookout.
At the brewery only, or are they going to actually?
I did not read further. I was just, I was bummed. Although we just started getting select Key City here just a couple weeks ago. I first noticed it selling in one of our stores. After 8 years, we're finally getting some up. I'm in the same state, and just a little over 3 hours north. So this brewery, the brew pub, was started by a head brewer and an executive chef. Brewer left a career in video game industry. Found that interesting. Out of California. They started with a 3-barrel brew house in a very historic building in downtown Vicksburg. I can attest to that, the area that they're in. And then they purchased the adjacent building, and then turned it into a 15-barrel brew house and canning line in 2022. And they've made some fantastic beers. So for little breweries doing great things, they're one of them.
All right.
What we've done: Death on Two Legs, Moonchild, some speakeasies, or just one speakeasy, right? One of them, maybe two. I can't remember. A Hanrahan's Curse. I think they've renamed that to
Yeah.
something, but it used to be called a Hanrahan's Curse.
Yeah, it's another instance of where we review a beer and they rename it because they see our review.
But this officially makes it a playlist, right?
Yep.
Only
Sure,
the
five.
oh, we had one more, but
All right. Andy and I have definitely had this. Jay wasn't sure, so sorry, Jay. What do you think?
sorry, it's rules of rules, Jay.
I don't know. I can't break them.
I hate to enforce it.
It's fine. Um, I'm not a huge blonde person normally, but this is a really good beer. It's very spot on as described. It's crisp. It's clean. Interestingly, the first sip I had, it was almost like there was a little bit of vanilla on the back end. I don't know. It was strange. But it's really got that crisp carbonation type to it. Crushable. I think what did you say, 5.2?
Yeah.
So I mean, it would be a great beer to have on the river, the lake, the pool, the beach, any of those. So really, really like it. I'm gonna give it an 8.
All right, Mr. Vicksburg himself.
Vicksburg, my native town. No longer live there, but I was born and raised. I just, for so many reasons, I can't wait. I mean, I can't remember the last time I even went back home, but I can't wait when I do go is to go to this brewery and eat the food. The food looks amazing. The executive chef is the son of a childhood friend of mine who, and they come from a line of chefs because my friend, he grew up around his father's kitchen, who was a chef in the city. So they've each had their own restaurants, and it's been a really cool thing to see. This generational restaurants in town. So, and it's always been fantastic food. I ate in the other restaurants, and it was so good. I appreciate their can art. Very classic looking, with this Key City. We've mentioned in the past about their tap handles that you were eventually able to acquire, Ben. Really cool look, and they've just done a great job. I forgot to mention Mississippi Queen. Why the name Mississippi Queen? Well, there is a pop culture reference and an Americana reference. Mississippi Queen is a paddle boat, a steamboat with a paddle wheel that was about 7 decks and went up and down the Mississippi. Had for overnight bedrooms, carrying people along for tourism, and then the song by the band Mountain in 1970, Mississippi Queen, was a big hit. It was Mountain's, highest charting song. And one of the band members I can't remember if they were in Boston or New York, but he was at some club one night and met this lady from Mississippi and just mesmerized. And so it was kind of an inspiration to some of the lyrics.
I could have never told you the band.
Yeah, Mountain.
Never heard of Mountain.
Well, one of the reasons is in the song, one of the lyrics says "way down around Vicksburg."
I mean, I know the song.
Yeah.
Like I could have told you Mountain. I've never even heard of Mountain.
Who famously did a cover of it years later?
I mean, I don't know. I would.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Told you that.
You could have told me that. Yeah. Anyway, back to the beer. I'm going to say I am biased. However, this is one of the maltiest blonde ales I've ever had. It really kicks in there, and it tastes heavier than a typical blonde ale. but I do like it. I am biased, but I'm there with Jay. I give it an 8. It's good, and I would think, Ben, that this would be a keg beer. That chance if I were had kegerator.
Yeah, they sell them at the store. So kegerators and cake. So yeah, you mentioned the brewery, as we talked about. I have been there. Great location, multiple floors. They've got a top roof deck type floor, and can see the Mississippi River, and it's really great at sundown. Been there for that. I didn't try any of the food, but they had a lot of beer that you can't get in the can or anywhere else. That was really really good. So that alone is worth the trip to the brewery if you ever happen to be anywhere near Vicksburg. And it's probably worth a trip down this way, Andy, and over this way, Jay. If we can pull that together, hit fertile ground in Jackson, and then Key City and Vicksburg, I think would be a worthwhile adventure. That being said, I don't know what it is about this beer. I have never liked it.
I know you haven't.
I do not like this beer. I can't put my finger on it either. I can't tell you why I don't. It has kind of, for me, it has a dry finish on the back. It is very light and crisp, but it just there's something about it, and maybe it's the maltiness, Andy, that you mentioned. But I have not. This has not been a beer that I have liked at all. I've tried it multiple times. I've tried it on draft. I've tried it in the can. Had it both ways, multiple places. I've tried it thinking I was wrong, and or actually that maybe there was something wrong with the keg at the place I tried it, and it was like, let me try it again somewhere else. I just can't get into this beer. I just do not like it. So this one is not for me. It's really the only beer from Key City that I've had that I didn't like. This one's tough to score. Obviously, if I compare it against, some of the American domestics, I'd much rather have this. But at the same time, I'd probably rather have something else. I'm going to give it a 6, just for that reason. I think it's okay. I know a lot of people like it. It's just not my favorite from them. So
It's okay to be wrong. I mean, admit you're wrong. That's fine.
yeah, I am probably am wrong on most of every show we have, just about. So, but I'm my wrong.
Most would be over 50%. So yeah, that's a fair.
Sounds about
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right. That will be a 7.3 for the Mississippi Queen from Key City Brewing Company, Vicksburg, Mississippi. Definitely, despite my low rating on this one, I think you've definitely got to try Key City beer. I've had a lot of their beer and like pretty much all of it except this one. And obviously, obviously Jay and Andy liked it. So don't take my word on
It's
this
a good
one.
beer.
Yeah, I know others that love it. For some reason, I do not. But appreciate you checking out this video, making it this far. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell. Also, check out links down below for Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. Come tell me I'm wrong, like these guys. And we'd love to see you there. And yeah, with that, for Andy in the attic from Vicksburg and Jay, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.